Welcome to one of the most chilling explorations of human nature ever depicted on canvas. Today, we journey back 500 years to the work of a mysterious Dutch painter whose haunting visions remain unparalleled in art history. His name? Hieronymus Bosch. Bosch's art isn't merely surreal or bizarre. It's a pointed, eerie commentary on the depths of human nature and the chaos that ensues when morality fades. His disturbing masterpieces explore humanity's inner darkness and the consequences of sin. They serve as vivid, often grotesque warnings, showing us not just hell itself, but the path that leads there. The mysterious man behind the nightmare. Who was Bosch, and what inspired his terrifying visions? Unlike many Renaissance artists, Bosch left no detailed records, no personal manifesto explaining his works. In fact, almost nothing is known about the man himself. Born in the Netherlands around 1450, Bosch lived through a turbulent time in Europe, a period rife with religious turmoil, social change, and the unearthing of long-forgotten knowledge. These developments are reflected in his art, but he didn't just observe human frailty, he condemned it. A devout Christian, Bosch saw sin not as an abstract concept but as a deeply personal one. For him, humanity's flaws weren't to be ignored or tolerated, they were to be exposed, confronted, and challenged. Through his art, he holds up a mirror to our darkest inclinations, forcing us to look at ourselves and face the ugly consequences of our actions. A surreal vision of hell. Bosch's most famous contributions to art history are his harrowing depictions of hell, filled with surreal landscapes and bizarre punishments. In Bosch's hell, there are no standard flames or brimstone pits. Instead, he subjects souls to uniquely creative torments. A man is stretched over a giant harp, skewered and prodded, while another is swallowed by a monstrous creature. In his world, sinners are bound to musical instruments, twisted into unnatural shapes, and subjected to an endless cycle of torture. It's a terrifying vision that speaks to the depths of human depravity. But the question remains, how, in Bosch's view, do we arrive at such a hell? To answer that, we must look closer at his most iconic masterpiece, the Garden of Earthly Delights. The Garden of Earthly Delights, humanity's path to hell. This painting, the Garden of Earthly Delights, is Bosch's most complex and most famous work. This monumental triptych is divided into 3 distinct panels, each representing a stage in humanity's journey. The Garden of Eden, the Garden of Earthly Delights, and finally, Hell. Each panel serves as a chapter in a moral tale about temptation, indulgence, and retribution. In the first panel, we see the Garden of Eden. Here, God presents Eve to Adam amidst lush greenery and strange, hybrid creatures. But even this paradise is tainted. On closer inspection, peculiar and sinister animals lurk in the pond, hinting at humanity's impending downfall. Moving to the central panel, we arrive in the Garden of Earthly Delights. Here, humanity revels in unbridled gluttony, lust, and decadence, all under an empty sky. God is conspicuously absent, replaced by a riot of people indulging in earthly pleasures. But Bosch isn't simply showing debauchery. His surreal symbols, from enormous strawberries to strange animal hybrids, allude to fleeting joys and misguided priorities. Bosch's message becomes even more profound in the final panel, Hell. In this desolate, haunting landscape, the indulgence of the previous panel has met its grim consequence. Here, souls are subjected to various forms of torture that fit their sins. The vain are condemned to stare at themselves eternally, while the gluttonous suffer the consequences of their insatiable appetites. Every figure, every twisted form, seems trapped in an unending cycle of torment. Bosch's dark symbolism, warnings for the ages. Bosch's work is teeming with detailed, often surreal, symbolism that draws from medieval art traditions. Gargoyles, nightmarish creatures, and grotesque figures fill his scenes, drawing our attention to the absurdity and danger of the behaviors he criticizes. He depicts sin and folly in such a way that the viewer cannot ignore the deeper message. Each strange creature, each deformed figure, is a symbol of how human weakness can lead to self-destruction. In Bosch's world, hell is not a distant place or a far-off punishment, it's a manifestation of the choices we make. The transition from Eden to hell mirrors a descent from natural harmony to a human-made chaos, warning us that hell is not something imposed from above, but rather built by our own hands. A lasting legacy of warnings. Hieronymus Bosch offers us a world as captivating as it is horrifying. His images continue to resonate today, reminding us of the dark side of human nature and the perils of unchecked desire. Bosch was unafraid to confront us with the consequences of our actions and to force us to reckon with the path we choose. His works serve as both a mirror and a warning, inviting us to consider the darkness within ourselves. And there you have it, the haunting, unparalleled vision of Hieronymus Bosch, whose work transcends time and still speaks to the human soul. Bosch's art reminds us of the fine line between paradise and chaos, and of the very real consequences of our choices. If you enjoyed this journey into Bosch's dark and mysterious world, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of art and history. Leave a comment below on what you think Bosch's message means in today's world. Thank you for watching.